Are we live? Hello! We appear to be live. Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be chilling with some virtual pets and chatting. So, mainly today we're going to be playing Flight Rising on the left. As you can see, I have some beautiful, gorgeous dragons here. This is my progenitor, Claire. Well, one of them. Yes, this is Claire. Hi. Say everybody wave. Anyway, and on the right we'll be playing Lorwolf, which is a very similar game. And by the way, in chat, Eva's here. I'm gonna say hi to Eva. Nice to have your company. And, yeah. Normally at the beginning of the stream I kind of just like go over all of my pets, but, well, not all of them. I have a lot of them. But here's some of my wolves on Lorwolf. I'll just show them off real quick. Eva says, hi, Claire. I did say to say hi, didn't I? This is Tony. Tony's actually one of the, wild wolves. He's a G1 that I found a long time ago. Within the first couple of days of launch on this game. And yeah, just overall gonna kind of chill and play games today. Let me play with all of our companions all at once, because familiar bonding is way easier in this game and less horrendous. I say that, and not to trash talk Flight Rising at all, of course. I love FR. Anyway. Sounds like a good time, says Eva. Yay! Let's vote for somebody at the pageant. Let's see. So, this is just kind of a dress-up contest. Oh, we'll vote for Amethyst. Amethyst looks nice. Hold on. Let's take a peek. Hello? Alright, site's loading slow tonight again. Oh, wow. That is beautiful. That's a beautiful wolf, yeah. Lots of custom apparel there. Or, well, just two pieces, actually. But, the background and the fairy wings. Those are really nice. We'll vote for them. There we go. I don't actually have, site's slow today. It's not usually like this. How many users online? About 600? Yeah, that tracks. Anyway, so... I'm honestly just going to do some dailies and whatnot. And we'll chill. We'll just chillax. Oh, something went wrong. No, it didn't. Stop. Yeah, Lorwolf, has been a bit slow today, but I'm not sure exactly what's going on with it. We'll just go ahead and start our collie in Flight Rising as well. Oop, here you go. Maybe it's just peak time or something. Anyway, Eva says, personally, I find the Flight Rising companion bonding equal to Lorwolf's as long as I have a keyboard handy. Hard disagree. But also valid. Differing opinions valid, but I really don't like bonding with familiars in Flight Rising. I mean, I like it because it gives prizes, but I don't like it because I find it tedious and boring. Which is funny. Honestly, like... I find a lot of Flight Rising systems tedious and boring, but I still like them anyway because of the, higher level systems, like... You know, I enjoy participating in dominance and the economy in general. Why is it more tedious than Lorwolf's? Because in Lorwolf's you can do them all at once. You can do them all with a single click, instead of having to click, then click to do, you know, click twice for every companion. It's way better in Lorwolf. But also, like I said, I find a lot of Flight Rising's systems tedious, but it's still one keeper. Yeah, I always use it because I just can't be bothered. I just can't be bothered to click farm, and I say that, but like, it's not like I don't do it in other games. So, and again, most of the reason I play Flight Rising is for like the macro gameplay, you know? Like I said, participating in dominance, you know, customizing dragons, making- well, I say that, but like I very rarely dress up or make projects, but if I did, that would be part of it. But like, dominance and economy gameplay, those are things that I love. Hey Figgies, how's it going? Hope you're doing okay. We're just kind of grinding. And like, it's not, like, all of these games are grindy. I'm not complaining about the grind necessarily. background music could be quieter? Okay. Let me know if that's enough. I'm also, like, extra quiet today because of how tired I am right now. So that's gonna have an influence on it. So thank you for- perfect now? Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. Oh, hold on. Okay. Did we get our crafting activity? Yeah, we did. It wasn't overbearing, but hearing impaired people might struggle. Yeah, I appreciate you letting me know then. Oh my goodness. I will say, like, like, grinding for loot in any of these games, kind of like, however, how much I enjoy it kind of depends on, what was I gonna say? It kind of depends on, like, my energy level, and, like, how I'm feeling about the game in the moment, I guess. Like, if I'm really focused on a specific game, then I find the, like, tedious tasks a lot easier to do. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, if I'm just, like, kind of casually playing it, the tedious tasks are very unbearable to me. I don't know if that makes sense. Mood, says Eva? Okay, cool. I'm glad it makes sense. But, like, that's one thing that makes it so hard, because, like, I like to multitask these games, but sometimes, I think that's why I like, more, like, passive and less interactive activities so much, is that they're a lot easier for me to, you know, like mining, just click and then click somewhere else, you know, to do something else. It's a lot easier on my, like, focus reserves, I guess. You know? My ability to do it is a lot more than usual. You know, if I'm not feeling like the game, playing the game in the moment. Oh heck, I'm tired. Ah, here we go. Didn't want to miss any fish. I'm trying to get my fishing level up to level 35. Oh, here we go. Ah! Oh, we missed one. That's okay. It's still worth using fishing trips even if you miss a few fish. Like, you don't have to get all of them for it to pay off. You know? Hope everybody's doing okay tonight. You try to get at least 8 fish in a trip. Once you unlock the other fishing holes, like the first fishing hole, that's pretty good, but the second one you can get like 13 or 14 fish per trip. I mean, if you get them all, but like, you know. Did I miss one there? I think I did. Whoops. Yeah. Here we go. We got both. Just clicking, mashing left click a little bit there. That way you can do the daily in 2 trips, yeah. You can do the daily in 1 trip if you hire the NPC as well. And, like, just leave the fish for next time you get a quest. That's usually how- oh man, how I do it. Unless I'm, like, really active, and then I'll just, like, try to get it with trips. You can't wait to unlock the next area. Yeah, just the second one. But yeah, you get so much more fish there. It's a lot faster though. It's like a lot, faster paced. Wait. Am I echoing on? Hold on. I feel like I'm hearing myself, but I don't know where. I am hearing myself. Where am I hearing myself, dang it? I have no idea. Hold on, let me... Oh, I must have... I have the stream open somewhere else and I didn't realize it. I was like, I thought I was looking at all my tabs already, but no. That's funny. Yeah, I was like, I just now noticed it. I must have started being louder because I got more energy or something. Because I had not heard- I didn't hear it and then I like suddenly started hearing it. Oh my gosh. But anyway, I'm grinding in kind of like a not great area in Flight Rising. It's like one of the early areas, but I'm doing it because I have a quest that like requires items from here and I figured I may as well just do it myself instead of buying the items. It's just like it's kind of a waste of time, I feel like. We should probably go to a better farming area. I probably already have everything anyway. Let me check. Let me just like go to my lair. There we go. Slots, please. Oh yeah, we have everything. Okay, let's just unlock the Hibernal Den slot. There we go. Oh, and now we need a crowned bone priest familiar. We'll get that at some point, I'm sure. But not now. I don't want it. I don't want to go grind for it. We're gonna grind elsewhere then. Because I kind of want to look for like... I like grinding for I can talk. That's a thing I can do. Kind of. I like grinding Forbidden Portal. Is it even worth it for me to use haste? I don't know. I have no clue if it's worth using it on Portal, or not. I guess I'll find out. Eventually. Yeah, it doesn't really feel worth it to me. But Portal is like a higher level area. So I think it has better drop rates for some, like, rare items, but I could be wrong. And then... It's also just, like, generally a good place to farm, in my opinion. Let's see... Like, I think the drop rate for eggs is higher in higher level areas, for example, but I could be wrong. I don't really, honestly, like, I'm still such a scrub at this game. I say scrub as if, like, it's a really hardcore game. I mean, some people play it really hardcore, but not me. I play it pretty casually, personally. Come on. And then... It's all relative, right? Like, hardcoreness or casualness is all relative. One cannot be casual without someone else being hardcore, I guess. I don't know. Measurement is relative at channel. The relative metrics. Oh, come on. Not already. No. Not already. You're already running into a boss. These are annoying because... I mean, my dragons, like, there might be a way to stat them to where it makes these easier to deal with. But my dragons are not statted that way, so... these bosses are just a pain in the tuchus to deal with, basically. Oh, I did not mean to use that move on that dragon, oh well. But, like, these zones are, like... The enemies deal a lot of damage and are really tanky to begin with. And then the bosses just, like, take a bunch of your HP, usually. Oh good, that wasn't too bad. Wait, so this is a wind boss, okay. There's like elements in this game. They kind of work in like a Pokemon style system. Oh, there we go, okay. Wait. Oh, we must have crit it or something. I didn't see it. Oh, come on. Now we're all out of mana. We're all out of mana. Because we used it all trying to kill the boss. Because I just like, I cannot be bothered to not use all of my mana trying to kill it before it gets much damage on my dragons. I cannot be bothered to be patient. Nah, not built for it. Not built for it. I was not given the brain for patience, let me tell you. Oh, come on. That's another thing I don't like about this game, is when your attacks miss. It just feels so bad. And it feels like, why is there a dodge and miss system? Nobody builds dodge on their dragons. Because it's not optimal, and you just build whatever's, like, optimal. So it's like, the only, you know, units who actually— oh my god. Like, the players don't benefit at all from being able to dodge attacks, except— yeah, I mean, like, they can dodge occasionally, but it's like, who cares? It's just RNG. It's not like anybody's, like, trying to benefit I feel like I'm griping a lot right now, but, like, I'm gonna gripe about it. I'm gonna gripe about it. I don't like dodge on Flight Rising. I don't think it should be in the game. I don't think miss chance and dodge chance should be in the game. I'm just gonna say it. I don't think they should be a thing. I don't know, maybe there's something I've overlooked. Maybe I'm being too armchair game developer. No, I am. I absolutely am. But, listen, I just want everybody to know, when I criticize Flight Rising, or Lorwolf, or any other game, it is like at least 80% tongue-in-cheek, half-joking. Okay? I need everybody to know that. Like, there are a lot of things I dislike about Flight Rising. Right? But the only reason I dislike them— well, okay. The reason I dislike them with such gusto, let's go with that. The reason I dislike them with such gusto is because I love the game dearly, and it's an experience you can't get anywhere else with any other game. Although I'm hoping Lorwolf adds some kind of dominance type system so that I can stop saying that. But, like, you know what I mean? It's unique, and it's almost exactly what I'm looking for, right? I enjoy what Flight Rising is, but I wish I enjoyed it more, because, like, anything that you love, you want it to be perfect, you know? Eva says, I definitely am not fond of dodge/mischance, but I have no idea how it would affect balance with removing it. Honestly, me neither. Me neither, I have no idea. But, like, and, like, it's such a small gripe, right? Like, it's just like, it just feels bad to miss, and it doesn't really, like, we don't dodge enough for it to be the thing that we're like, oh yeah, I love when I dodge, you know? It feels bad more than it feels good, in my opinion. But, like, that's the thing. Is, again, well, I am a game developer, but I'm not a Flight Rising developer, let me tell you. So any opinions, TM, that I have on Flight Rising mechanics are, first of all, strictly opinions, second of all, strictly uneducated opinions, and third of all, like I said, at least 80% tongue-in-cheek half-joking, okay? But I am gonna gripe about it. Half for fun, half, because there is some genuine, irritation at, like, you know, missing attacks, that kind of thing. But yeah, I think it's, like, here's the thing also, is because I love these games so much, this happens to me all the time. And I wish I'd stop it. But, like, I get, like, way too, like, upset, like, personally, like, well, okay, and there's several reasons for this, but, like, sometimes when people criticize, you know, Flight Rising, Lorwolf, whatever game, I get personally upset by it, and it's because of a myriad of reasons, one of which is, I do love these games, and I also think that people have really bad opinions on them. Like, obviously, I have my own bad opinions, right? But I always get worried, you know, that when somebody has a bad opinion that they offer into the suggestions forum or whatever, it's gonna get cleared, it's gonna get a change made that's gonna be bad for the game. That's my number one reason why sometimes when people criticize these games, I'm like, no, stop. My number two reason, why I do that, or why I feel that way, is that the community who plays these games are honestly really extremely hostile toward developers, which is, like, do you want to play the game or not? Second of all, yeah, some of the well, hold on, what is wrong with my VTuber model? What is going on with it? Anyway, like most of these games, and there are exceptions, like, you know, Flight Rising is more run like a business and not like, I'm not gonna say not like a passion project, because I have no doubt that it is a passion project, and it is, you know, but it's one of those ones where it's a bit more obvious that it's like more mainstream than the others. But like, I would say at least in 60% of the pet sites that you'll ever play in your life, and I say this as being someone who's played a lot, so like, a lot of people won't actually play more than one in their lifetime, but like, you know what I mean. If you were to play a bunch of them, even the more mainstream ones, I would say at least 50% of them, and going upward from there, can't, like are making no money, basically, you know, and yet there's this weird, like, idea, that game devs are, like, being money-grubbing goblins, because, you know, oh, they're monetizing, you know, they're doing microtransactions and they're too expensive, even though you can get them for free if you grind, you know, and it's like, you know how easy it is to make gems in this game? You know how easy it is to make gems? It's so easy to make gems in this game. You don't have to spend $1 on this game, and you can get so much premium content. And you're really not entitled to that, you know? You're not entitled to that, and they're giving it to you anyway. Anyway, so there's like a lot of weirdly personal criticism directed at the, Eva says people literally whine too much. I mean, I say that as a big whiner myself, but like, hold on. But the weird thing to me is, like, I feel like disproportionately in this community, the whining is very personal and very targeted and very, like, it comes down to harassment sometimes even. And I don't like that. And because of how prevalent that is in the pet site community, I've become, like, hypersensitive to it, and, very, very quick to defend devs, because, like, there is, I think, a culture in pet site community of personal attacks on anyone who is even remotely perceived as an authority figure, which would include the developers of any game that you're playing, right? That's an authority figure. That's somebody who has control over something in your life. If you're playing the game, you know. That's someone who it's very easy to perceive as, you know, this... I don't know, how would I describe it? An entity with a lot of power, and also very anonymized as well. Like I'll see people say stuff like, I can't, you know, like, I can't believe how dumb, you know, all of these dumb decisions that the devs are making, and, you know, like, stuff that's, like, bordering on personal attacks. And it's like, you know, the devs are right, like, you're in their Discord, they just replied to somebody else's message, like, 3 messages ago. You know they're reading this, right? Like, like, what is the intent here? Like, you're sitting in front of their face calling them stupid, like they're not in the room. You're reading their own Discord, you know, and it's really, it would be funny if it wasn't so disturbing, you know? But anyway, so that's long tangent to say that is the second reason why I am very easily upset by people criticizing games, because I have a tendency to knee-jerk perceive those criticisms in the same way as like, oh god, this is gonna get out of hand, they're gonna start going to personal attacks, right? Wait, what is wrong with my model? Hold on a second, guys. Hold on 1 second. What's happening? Nothing, apparently. Here, why is my model being a goofball? Hold on, let me... Okay, we're back. Eva says, yeah, and it seems like they don't realize devs are people. Yeah, there's that too. There's, that's a huge bit of it too. But anyway, and then, okay, hold on, one more second on this tangent, but like, and then there's also this weird idea that like they're just like I have seen this like, oh, the devs of this game are so greedy, they're only starting a game because they want to make money, and it's like, you know, they're most of them are paying out of pocket for the game's expenses and aren't even making any money, right? You know, like the money that they make off of in-game purchases is going back into the site, and they're doing this part-time. Like, you know, like they've got a real full-time job, you know. Anyway, but yeah, so that's the reason behind sometimes I have those knee-jerk reactions. And then but I think, that being said, I wish that was a thing that I didn't do, because it is important to have open dialogue, and, you know, legitimate criticisms, even if those criticisms are completely wrong. You know, like, let's say, for example, you know, I say, dodge is bad for flight racing, remove it from the game, right? I say that. It's important for me to say that, even if, you know, say, for example, the devs decide, you know what, you're right, dodge doesn't belong in flight racing, let's get rid of it. And this change makes the game measurably worse, right? It is still important for you to express those opinions, even if those opinions are not educated. You know, you don't have a game design background, you're just saying, I don't like this, and I don't need it for some reason, and, you know, I don't know. You don't have to know how changing that thing would affect the game. You don't even have to have an idea of how you would change it. I think it's important, I think it's inherently important just simply to have those criticisms, even if they might not be good for the game. Like, even if the idea that you're presenting might not be good for the game. I think the criticism itself is good to have. I think it's important for people to not feel like they have to be right about their criticisms and suggestions for a game. Because I think that's another thing that has popped up recently, like another cultural bit that has popped up recently with video games. And like, you know, early access stuff, and, you know, because players are more affected, like more involved than ever in the development of new games. You know, beta testing, early access, etc., etc. And I think there has come to be an expectation that if you make suggestions for a game or complain about something in a game, you have a concrete idea of how to fix it, and that idea has to be good. And yeah, I do think there are times when, like, suggestions are harmful for the game, and if the devs take them, then you know, that's going to be bad for the game, and that is concerning. But like, that's not your job as someone who has a gripe about a game. Your job as someone who has a gripe about a game is to say, this part of the game makes me feel blah, and that's it. You just talk about how you do or don't like certain parts of a game. It's not your job, like, what is wrong with my model? It keeps just like moving funky, whatever. But like, you know what I mean? You're not the developer. It's not your job. It's helpful also. It's helpful for the devs to know how people feel about certain parts of their game, you know? About most of it, or all of it, I would think. And like, I don't know. It's just like, I think there has to be a balance found somehow between like, well, and I think that's actually part of the discussion too, is like, people should be allowed to voice their, you know, crappy opinions on game development or whatever, or design or whatever. And then other people should be allowed to say, actually, that's a crappy opinion and I don't want to see it implemented in the game, you know? I think both of those pieces of the conversation are important. Whether or not either of them are correct, you know, I think it's important to allow people to have that, to allow people to have those and voice those opinions and ideas. Because again, I do think there is like, and I'm guilty of this as well, I think when you disagree with someone's like suggestion for a game, I think there's a tendency to be like, no, this is a terrible idea, don't implement it, I hate that this person even shared this, you know? When like sharing it is part of the process, and you don't want to silence anyone's criticism or opinions on a game, because that's bad for the game. But also, like, it's fine to disagree with it. Just as long as, like, people feel like they can make that criticism even if it's wrong. You know? Yeah, I don't know. That's just a thing I'm thinking about today, I guess. Eva says opinions are good and important. Slinging shit isn't. Yeah, exactly. And I do think that, like, I don't know, words. Words are hard. Words are very hard. Well, I also think that because the virtual pets community leans young, a lot of times, like, people are just, like, really passive-aggressive, and either they don't realize it, or they think it's justified to be passive-aggressive to people all the time. And it's like, you know, when you're, like, you know, when you're young and you might not know any better, it's like, it's hard to kind of, like, point out that behavior and be like, hey, stop that. Stop that, because you're being very aggressive. And, like, I don't know, like, I don't know, maybe it's just that I personally have a hard time dealing with that when it's like, you know, somebody will be, like, passive-aggressive, and I, you know, if they're like, oh, well, I don't know. I have a hard time dealing with that kind of behavior. So I think that's something that stands out to me in particular as, like, something that happens in the community. Even if it's, like, well, I was gonna say even if it's not that prevalent, but it absolutely is. It's a very, like, and I'm not even gonna say that the virtual pest community is, like, more toxic than other communities, because I just don't think that's true. I think it's a toxic community, but I think all communities have that toxicity in them, because, you know, what is a community? It's a collection of people. Toxic people are everywhere. And, like, yeah, obviously certain communities are going to be predisposed more towards toxicity. It's incredibly hard to avoid that toxicity. Yes, that's the thing, is, like, how does one create a community without toxicity? You can't. You can't. Trust me. You can't. It's not possible. And this is coming from, like, I've been in communities that were all, like, you know, kisses and rainbows, and what's happening with my model? Hold on, let me just, like, what is wrong? It keeps, like, she keeps just, like, you know, for, like, a second. It's really weird. But anyway, like, I've been parts of communities that are all, you know, like, kisses and rainbows and stuff, and it was actually, like, toxic positivity. Have we heard that term? Toxic positivity. That is something that I am intimately familiar with. I was part of this community once, and it was a pet site community, and it was all like, oh, nobody ever does any wrong here. Everybody's so great. It's you know, it's a uniquely kind space. And usually in spaces that I'm a part of, or that I have some kind of administrative position in, you know, like my own Discord or whatever, I am really, really, like, against that kind of depiction of spaces that I'm a part of, right? Because, I think identifying a space as an inherently good and kind space silences victims of toxicity and abuse, right? Because, you know what, like, you know, yeah, obviously this place is the kind place, nobody does anything bad here, and then, you know, you come, you know, then nobody's gonna believe you if you say something bad happened to you in that space, you know? Or, you know, we don't talk about that bad stuff here. Okay, well, what if so-and-so did something really bad? Oh, we don't talk about that here. Like, okay, just gonna sweep it under the rug, I guess, like. And yeah, I've been part of that. I mean, like, part of that, like, as in I've fallen victim to it personally. And that's something that I am very, like, it's a very personal wound to me because of, there's a fly on my monitor right now and I hate it. Oh, ew, it's gonna come over and, like, fly around my face, isn't it? Shoot. But yeah, no, that is a form of toxic positivity that I am very familiar with, and I don't like it. Down with gnats and flies, says Figgies. Honestly, yeah. Oh. Get out of my room, gnat. Or fly, or whatever it is. But yeah, that like, I don't know, that's a topic that I could go on about for hours, right? Pet site community in general, I could go on for hours about, like, okay, Figgies, you tell me. Well, I mean, you don't have to, but like... So one thing that happens in the virtual pet community that I'm sure it's the same in other fandom spaces as well, but I've only seen it in the virtual pets community, is that for every virtual pet site, there is a curated venting blog for it on Tumblr, right? I'm sorry if this is a sore topic for anyone, because I know everybody who's played a pet site, you know, has their own opinion. Should we not discuss this kind of thing, right? We're just going to discuss it lightly, we're not going to go too in-depth, okay? But for every pet site there is... Figgy says, I think that's okay. What, like to have a drama blog? Or drama or venting blog? Because I don't necessarily disagree, or does Figgies, are you saying, like, I think that's okay, as in, like, I'm fine with this topic? To talk about it? Okay, I wasn't sure. So, like, on the topic of drama and vent blogs, right? One of them exists for, like, every game. It's really a bizarre phenomenon, and I get it. I think that kind of... I think that kind of community dialogue, whether it's venting-based or not, is important. Oh, yeah, no worries, Figgies. Oh, do I need to explain more? Okay, so basically just, the vent blogs is basically just like, it'll accept anonymous submissions from anyone, and most of them don't allow, like, name dropping or whatever, so, like, you can't, specifically vent about a specific user while, like, while giving their name, right? But they still allow, it's kind of it's a bit of a cesspool, really, of, you know, anonymous vent posts on, about a specific game or the community of a specific game, right? And obviously, like, yeah, I think people are entitled to do that, but it's also, it gets very toxic, let me say. Because, like, I was looking at the one for Lorwolf for some reason. I don't normally browse vent blogs. I don't normally browse drama blogs, but, or salt blogs. Are they called salt blogs? Fiki says, as long as it's heavily moderated, I think it's okay, but if it turns into just people subtweeting / threading / venting each other, then it's bad. That is absolutely what it turns into. So, like, I was on... I don't want to go too into detail, because, again, a lot of people have had personal bad experiences with this kind of thing. But basically just, like, no, yeah, people are really needlessly cruel on these things. And that's another place where I've seen a lot of hate directed specifically toward game devs. Just to go into it, like, a little bit vaguely, because, again, I don't want to go into too much detail, because I know people have had bad experiences with it, but, like, people were on, like, the Lorwolf version of this, just, like, complaining about, like, oh my god, the art is so ugly, and it's like, are you, like, what? First of all, not really. Second of all, this is the most childish thing I've ever heard. Like, it's just, like, insulting someone's hard work for no reason other than, like, you're bored. And it's like, yeah, and that's another reason why when I say the virtual pet site community leans young, and this can cause problems, that's what I mean. Is, like, this kind of childish behavior. And, well, and I say childish behavior, but, like, adults do it too. Like, childish behavior is not exclusive to young people. But it's just, like, I have to have enough faith in my fellow man to believe that there is an excuse for people to be like that. And the excuse that I'm giving them is, yeah, they're just young. And that being said, it's not an excuse. Being young does not excuse you from being a booty hole. It does not. And people really think that it does, and it's silly. That being said, whoa. I was not a very nice kid when I was young. And it's really funny because, like, I do talk to a lot of younger people because the pet site community leans young, and that's a community I'm part of. And it's always interesting, like, talking to like, people who were my age when I did, you know, was stupid and, like, not very nice, and I'm like, wait, that was really, like, I had no excuse, huh? But I like to think I'm a better person now, so... but I do talk about, I do try to be, like I say, like, being transparent about it, but, like, I don't know. It's just a thing I think about a lot, because, like, how can you not think about your past? Like, even whether you have a weird past, or, no, all pasts are weird. Valid, says Figgies, yeah. Let's be real, everyone has something weird that they did in their past, whether it's, like, bad weird, good weird, or, like, I mean, isn't it always, like, I don't know, are there people out there who don't cringe at their past selves? Are there people out there who just, like, are immune to that? I don't believe that for a moment. And I don't mean that in, like, cringe in, like, a, you know, yeah, I mean, like, various flavors of cringe. You know, everyone, Figgy says if you look back and cringe, it probably means you've grown. Yes, I agree. And I also think I should cringe a lot less at past me, because it's not very kind to my past self. But I also, like, wonder, like, is there anyone who doesn't struggle to cringe at their past self? Or, like, who, you know, who doesn't, not to cringe at the past self? And does anyone think that their past self is just, like, totally normal and cool and awesome and weird? Or not weird in any way, shape, or form? Are there people out there like that? Because I don't think that's possible. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that cringing at one's past self is normal, and in some ways not kind to your past self, but and yourself as a whole. But also I think it's normal. I think it's normal to look back at things that you did 5-10 years ago and be like, whoa, oops. Or like, huh, right. Or be like, I would have done that differently because I am a different person today than I was 10 years ago, you know? I think that's just normal. I think that's just human. But I could be wrong. But I do definitely think, like, there's an unhealthy... Like, you can do it to an unhealthy degree or in an unhealthy way. If that makes sense. Ah, my soda is backwards. Delicious. Delicious sodies. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We'll munch on that. Munch on that enemy. I think we can just eliminate that. And I've mainly been playing Fly Rising while I've been having this little info dump conversation thingy. I do want to also play Lorwolf. Let's harvest some rice, and then do that, and then multitasking is hard when you're doing an active play activity in one game, because it's an active play activity. Of course it's hard to multitask. But, like, doing, like I ideally right now I would like to be doing, like, you know, like idle stuff in Lorwolf, then in between idle tasks I'll play Flight Rising. That's the most efficient way to do it, at least, which I do like my efficiency. Pardon me. Okay, let's see. Ooh, Gauntlet. Gauntlet is an easy one, because you just gotta click once, like, every so often. Oh, pardon me. I'm very burpy for my soda. I hope we stop running into so many bosses, like we're low on mana and HP from those bosses. Let's just haste ourselves for no reason, I guess. Oh, come on, don't dodge, goofball. Rude. Let's see. I do like these games a lot, as you can tell. Which is actually, that reminds me, I have artwork to do for my friend who owns one of these games. I say one of these games, it is neither Flight Rising nor Lorwolf, but a new IP, so to speak. But I've had some art due for him for a little while. I just haven't had the energy to work on it. Eva knows exactly what I'm talking about. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, I have a giveaway happening tomorrow in Zanja. Maybe we should log on to Zanja later. Grab some items to give away tomorrow. For anyone who is a member on Zanja, that'll be happening between 2 PM and 3 PM Zanja time, I believe. I'll be dumping items into the item dump. Oh, don't dodge my nice attack. Oh my god. Oh wait, it didn't dodge that one. That's or did it? No, I don't think so. Oh well. Yeah. I can't tell what's happening anymore. I just can't. Words and games are both hard. Very, very hard. There we go. Come on, give me manas. Gimme, gimme. I actually haven't really found anything valuable yet while farming, but like, while we're farming we're getting like lots of little, not super valuable things. You know, but they add up. So we are getting like treasure and stuff. It's just like, we haven't gotten any big ticket items yet, so to speak. Ah, no, I didn't mean to hit that. Oh well. Boop boo. Oh. Hey Figgies, or anyone else in chat. What are you looking forward to most from the... I don't know if I've talked to you about this yet, but what are you guys looking forward to most from the recent Nintendo Direct? Today, I played during a playtest for Palia, which was recently revealed is going to be on Switch this holiday season. The test itself was under NDA, so I can't really say anything. Except that I'm looking forward to the game's full release. It should be coming out on PC. I believe they said the PC version will come out before the Switch version. But they haven't given a release date or anything like that yet, so... But it is a very exciting looking game. It's gonna be a cozy game. I'm definitely gonna stream a bit of it once it comes out. Almost definitely. Alright, we can finish Gauntlet now. Claim a activity reward thingy. And reset the gauntlet, and feed everybody, and then we'll start it again. Boop, there we go. Eva says, I don't know what was in the Nintendo Direct, to be honest. Well, in that case, let me ask, what games are you looking forward to, Eva? Not just stuff from the Nintendo Direct, but just in general. Anybody looking forward to any fun holiday season releases or otherwise? There we go. Because I would say my most anticipated release is obviously Palia's there. I'm actually not sure what else am I looking forward to this season. Oh yeah, I don't think it's gonna be out this holiday season, but some recent announcements that I'm excited about are I know I've talked about this elsewhere. Some of my recent like announcements that I'm very excited about game-wise. Rune Factory 6, it was announced recently. I'm very excited about that. I know, so Rune Factory is kind of like Harvest Moon or Story of Seasons or Stardew Valley or whatever flavor of farm sim you like. But fused with an RPG, and usually it has like you can tame monsters and use them on your farm and that kind of thing. Eva says there's a few that I'm interested in playing or getting, but none that are new releases. Oh cool. What are you interested in getting though? But like, so Rune Factory, the last Rune Factory that was released was Rune Factory 5 for the Switch. So the game kind of like had this, like, a bit of development turmoil because I believe the company or the publisher, either the developer or the publisher went bankrupt, and people were all like, oh no, we're not going to get any more Rune Factory, because Rune Factory is kind of a cult classic slash... yeah, I guess a cult classic, with Rune Factory 4 being the last game in the franchise before that happened, and probably still the best game in the franchise in my opinion. And a lot of people agree. I think it's a fan favorite. But, so, yeah, so that happened. So the company went bankrupt, and people were like, okay, there's not gonna be any more Rune Factories. Or everybody was worried about that. And it turned out they ended up at some point making a 5th one for the Switch. But the 5th one wasn't super well received. People were kind of just like, just go play 4, it's better. But as a result of that, people were, well, okay, I was once again worried that we wouldn't see any more Rune Factory, because again, after a long hiatus, the franchise comes back, and its first new release was kind of lukewarm at best, right? So I was worried, you know, oh, they probably didn't make any money from this, they probably won't make any more. But it turns out, semi-recently, a 6th entry in the franchise got announced. And in addition to that, there's going to be a spin-off that is also currently in development. Which is very exciting, actually, now that I think about it. I'm not interested in the spin-off, but it's exciting for the future of the series, because it definitely shows that the publisher, or whoever's putting money into this game, believes that it has potential as a long-standing franchise, and that they want to pump money into it, right? Which is very great, because that means that we're gonna get more, you know, more resources put into the future of this franchise that, a lot of people really, really have great nostalgia for. So that's something I'm excited about, is just the future of Rune Factory. Because, you know, I love farm sims, but I do feel like these days it's kind of like, okay, should I play this or should I just go back to Stardew Valley, you know? I feel like, modern, like, especially with the Story of Seasons franchise, it's kind of hard to not want to just literally just play Stardew Valley instead. Because, like, Stardew Valley kind of optimized the classic farm sim formula, and it would be hard to make a new Harvest Moon / Story of Seasons without kind of just making Stardew Valley, but with Harvest Moon characters, you know? Because there are a lot of weaknesses of that franchise that Stardew Valley improved upon, but like, how do they not just make Stardew Valley, but, you know, for you know, Nintendo console, which I think Stardew Valley's also on Switch, so that doesn't even work. You know, so how do they make themselves different from Stardew Valley while also improving upon their own flaws in a different way, you know? You know, how does Harvest Moon / Story of Seasons adapt to the times when they're no longer the best in the genre? You know, they're playing catch up. But in regard to that, I think Story of Seasons is potentially a good way that they can, like, a good angle from which they could approach that, or not Story of Seasons, Rune Factory has a good angle of approach for that, because it has more of an RPG approach, you know, fantasy RPG where there's combat, and, you know, monster taming element to it, which, like, one of the big things in Rune Factory that I never really found anywhere else was that, you know, fusion of creature collecting and farming mechanics. And the fusion of RPG, you know, action RPG and, you know, farm sim is also hard to find elsewhere. I mean, it's there. Like, Stardew Valley has combat, but it's different. It's different. Eva says Satisfactory, Portal, Slime Rancher 2, Raft are the, like, mainish ones that Eva wants to play and doesn't have yet. And Eva wants to finish her run of Card Survival and play as a mermaid. Oh, yeah, that one sounds really tough. That one sounds really tough to me. I'm not sure. I haven't tried that one yet. But yeah, that one does sound tough. Good luck with that, for sure. Let's see. Go ahead and continue Gauntlet again. Ooh, more soda. Ah. I'm like spitting it out by accident. Uh-oh. Oh golly. Let's try scratch that one. Oh my gosh, these enemies are dodging all of our attacks. It's so silly. I don't like it. Oh! Hey, we got a familiar. Nice. Yeah, there we go. Captchas are tough sometimes. At least when I'm zoomed out all the way and got my head all the way back here, you know, trying to look at it. With my glasses, which need an updated prescription. I just have a hard time with it. What can I say? How did Flight Rising even handle, like, vision impaired players doing Kali? Because they have that captcha that you got, like, is there an option for vision impaired people? Because, like, as an example, like, Lorwolf has... Well, it's different because it's not a captcha, but, like, Lorwolf has, an activity that originally didn't, like, wasn't playable for vision impaired people because you had to, click on a, you know, an object that would, like, pop up. But they just added, like, an NPC who will do it for you for a fee, which is really nice. And I don't know if that is exactly why they added that, but, either way, I think it's nice that there's an option for, like, if you, either are vision impaired or you just, don't have, you know, you can't do things that require, like, those kind of fine reflexes, or, you know, maybe you can't, like, click that way or whatever. You know, you use a screen reader, you can't do it. You use a screen reader, you can't do that minigame at all. But now you can, which is great. Yeah, we'll go to level 7, why not? By the way, Eva, did I send you the news on the new card survival? I don't know that I did. They had, they made an announcement semi-recently about, how the next card survival game, first of all, it's out in development. I think they're planning to do an early access release later this year, or possibly next year. And they have decided to change the theme or location for, hold on, Eva says, regarding the Flight Rising captchas, I'm not really vision impaired and I have a hard time figuring out what the different things are pretty often. Yeah, same. Card survival. So they decided to change the location of the new card survival because they were gonna make it a wintry mountain or something like that, but they haven't revealed what the new location is gonna be, but they've said it's something that they think has a lot more potential than the wintry mountain location that they were going for originally, so I'm excited for that. Give me card survival too. I need to go back to card survival, like the original card survival though, because like I haven't even tamed animals or anything still. And I apparently, I did figure out what I was doing wrong with trying to catch partridges. Apparently the catch rate for partridges is just really, really low in the area that I was doing it in because there's like predators that will like catch up the partridges or something like that. So like if I just move like one location away, it'll be better. Or something. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about card survival in the future. The future of card survival. Oh man, now I want to play that game. Maybe I'll do that after stream. Yeah, I want to do that. You're so far behind and you're trapping. Yeah, I hear that. Trapping, like, the only reason I'm doing it... I mean, trapping, like, fish traps are great. Except for during the rainy season when they constantly break due to the tropical storms, but like, that is a gripe that I have. But like deadfall traps aren't even good. Not on the beach, at least, in my opinion. Like, the only good thing they catch on the beach is seagulls, and you can just bait those out anyway by leaving food on the ground. But like... Should we keep going? Nah, we'll quit. But like deadfall traps are not even good, in my opinion. The snare traps, I'm not sure what else they can catch besides partridges. I wonder if you use them on the beach, can you get seagulls with them? That would be cool. But yeah, I don't do that, like, I don't use any deadfall traps. I strictly do fish traps at my homestead on the beach. It's card survival. Because fish traps are just so good, the payoff is so nice. But as a result, yeah, my trapping skill is pretty low, I think. I also want to start trapping goats and stuff, but I need a shovel to build a pit trap, I think. Unless they change that, which they might have, actually. Yeah, they might have changed that with one of the new trap types. I say new, but like added in the past year, I guess. But like I wanted a shovel to make a pit trap. But I couldn't make one because I needed like metal, I think, to make a shovel, and I hadn't gotten to the point of smithing and stuff, and that's basically my current bottleneck in my main file. So is the trapping, I guess, or the metal working. Yeah, that's my main bottleneck. My main thing keeping my tech level from progressing. Because, like, I can go down to the, like, mountain or whatever and grab ore, but, like, it takes so long and so much energy, and, like, I get so dehydrated that, like, I can only bring back a little bit before I have to go home. And, like, I have an outpost in the grasslands. Like, I have the cave there all set up with, like, some emergency food and water, and it's still really hard, because, like, I'll go to the cave, I'll camp out, you know, through the night, and then during the day I'll go over it. I should probably go during the night. I should light a candle and go down to the ore location at night while it's not so hot, so that I don't get all, like, dehydrated and stuff. Eva says shovels aren't too hard to get. You can make them from, like, half a log, from scrap metal from the Bird Rock shipwreck. I've never... Hold on. I've never done the shipwreck salvaging, because I remember at least you used to be able to get injured on it, on like the rusty metal or whatever, and I was too afraid of that, so I never looted the shipwreck. So I've literally just been getting like ore from like the mine or the cave or whatever, wherever it comes from, I forget. But I've been getting copper from there, and that's been all I've been getting. Man, you're really making me want to play Card Survival. Maybe I'll do that soon. We've been streaming for about an hour. I do need to go get some food. I've not eaten that much today. You can totally get injured from it, but it's not that bad. Drop rate is just kind of terrible. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I think I might stick to just going into the mine or whatever it is. I think I might stick to that. Just because it's what I'm used to and it's what I'm set up for. Like with that cave that I have a shelter in. That is really nice, especially during the rainy season when it's like it can start storming at any moment and you really want to be close to a house. Oh man, I hate the rainy season. I love the rainy season because, like, you know, you don't have to worry about water, but I hate the rainy season because then you have to worry about storms. It's so annoying. Yeah, you get it. You get it. Man. You can't win with that game. You can't. There we go. Oh my goodness. We'll keep going. That being said, I think I might actually call the stream here, because, I do really need to go get some food IRL, and, I'm wicked tired, man. I'm wicked tired. I just wanted to do a quick stream because, I don't know, I've just really been missing streaming. I haven't been streaming that much lately, and, I miss it. I miss you guys. I miss VTubing. I want to do more of it soon. But yeah, for anyone who's new here, or if you're watching the VOD, I don't currently have a set stream schedule, so the best way to find out when I'm going to be streaming next is to subscribe. So I recommend you do that if you feel like it. And, thank you for being here. I always have a great time with you guys. And, I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye!